Hello. For most of us, Boxing Day turned into a pretty decent day. We had some spells of sunshine. Certainly, it was a fine day to get out and about. The same does not apply to the day ahead. Wednesday's weather dominated by Storm Gerrit, bringing a combination of rain, snow and gales with a very real risk of disruption. This is our storm system, this vast shield of cloud on the earlier satellite picture, just enveloping the UK. Outbreaks of very heavy rain driving northwards and eastwards, some really strong winds. Notice all the isobars on this chart. And then as we head towards the end of the week, we will see further weather systems working from west to east. Further outbreaks of rain. This one for at the start of the weekend could be particularly potent. And with cold air being pulled down from the north, expect something wintry to mix in from time to time. So it's a really unsettled outlook as we head through the rest of 2023.
If you're making any travel plans today, you need to pay attention to this. Matt, good morning to you.
Good morning, Ben, Sally. Good morning to you as well. Yes, another big Christmas travel day and another day in which the weather could have impact. If you're heading anywhere across the country today, stay across the forecast, stay across the latest travel news on BBC Local Radio. Storm Gerrit is with us, named by the Met Office yesterday. It's going to bring a combination of weather conditions across the country. Rain and gales quite widespread. Snow, though, will be a big feature across some parts of central and northern Scotland. So there will be some disruption to travel likely at various parts throughout today. Let's start to break it down. This is the picture at the moment from space. You've got the swirl of cloud here. This will bring some stronger winds tonight, but it's under this big veil where we've got some pretty strong winds now developing and extensive rain as these weather fronts push northwards and into some colder air across parts of Scotland. The radar chart just shows how extensive the rain is. It's going to ease off for a while across some parts of the south and southeast, but we've already seen some snow on the tops of the Pennines, southern uplands. It's really from central Scotland northwards on the hills and even down to some lower levels. The snow could have quite a big impact. Over 20 centimetres of snow blowing around in strong winds on the hills. That's going to have an impact on the roads, especially the likes of the A9. Elsewhere, rain remains quite heavy in the Cumbrian Fells and across parts of Wales. In the mountains and hills, we could see up to 90 millimetres of rain. Rain spreads its way southwards and eastwards across the country through the afternoon. So East Anglia southeast, after a dry spell, it will turn wetter here. A brighter end to the day for some in the west, but it's windy. Windy for all. This just gives an idea of some of the wind gusts today, in excess of 40, 50 miles an hour in many areas. Strongest of the winds down across the western portion of the English Channel, 60, 70 mile an hour gusts possible, and also to the north of Scotland. Strengthening throughout the day, 70, 80 miles an hour. That have a big impact, of course, on ferry services. But it's western areas seeing the highest rainfall totals, up to 90 millimetres on the hills in parts of Wales and Cumbria. But wherever you are, there'll be a lot of surface water and spray on the roads. And I have to mention snowfall too. Now, it's going to be mainly limited to the hills, but to some lower level spots, central northern Scotland. These areas show where the snow is likely to mount up. Could see over 20 centimetres on some of the highest of the hills, and that will have an impact on some of the biggest roads, particularly A9 connecting southern Scotland with Inverness. Good morning, both, but certainly not before you travel, because it could be a pretty difficult 24 hours across the UK. Yes, another big Christmas day affected by travel plan chaos, I think, with the weather.